berantemnya nanti lagi. Nah, I need to focus on the last group because I need you also later to ask some questions. I hope we have enough time. Okay, everyone. So we're going to go with the last groups. We're having some kinds of debate on being kind or being smart. Which one is agreeing with being kind? And you are agreeing to being smart. Who's going to go first then? I mean, you two have two different opinions. It's not about agreeing to something, but you have two different opinions. Who wants to go first on the thesis? The rules is the same. You're going to go with your thesis first and then go with your argument. Okay, go.
Hello everyone, we are from the group. My name is Hyla. Okay, so for the thesis, lots of people think that the key to being success is to be smart, right? While being smart is valuable, we think that being kind could also create like a great impact, and it could also be the key to success. For example, by building like love and great relationships with others. Being smart is often a gift, while being kind is a choice. That's why we all must realize that being kind could create like a greater impact than a sharp knife.
Speak louder, Chelsea.
Hello everyone, we are from Group 6. My name is Tiara Nakia. Now I will explain our thesis. Most people think that being kind is very important. It's very important, something that everyone must be. Maybe even more important than being smart. Also, they say, they often think that as long as you're kind, you'll be able to live successfully because of the good nature in your heart. But if it comes to choose which one is better, being kind or being smart, while kindness is a choice, it's more of a choice than a necessary. So of course, being smart is better than being kind. Kindness creates a healthy and loving relationship. And kind people are more likely to be trusted, respect and likely in life, social setting, vulnerability can be admired, and deep connection with others. In this life, we are others to life. That's why it's better to have a relationship by being kind, more than being smart and happiness for yourself.
My name is Mark Warner. You're provider with decision making, especially when it comes to friendship. When it comes to friendship, and people often downplay their own work, often acting as a pleaser, and in the long run often leads to self-sacrifices. While being kind to people often, especially to your friends, a good thing, it might be misused by others. So while you might have lots of friends that you kind, it's hard to tell which one you will be your friend. And people also have the nature of always helping each other and having a hard time saying no, which makes them more prone to be taken advantage of and also manipulated. While being kind, you're more reserved and don't have a hard time to say no. While it drives most people away, it's actually a good thing because you are able to tell which people are your friends. Because when you say no, it doesn't mean you're being mean or rude. It means you're able to tell yourself by putting yourself first.
Ayah Lauda ya.
The second argument is kindness build characters. So being a good, being kind person
career ladder of success. But for instance, they won't accept you into prestigious universities like ITB or UNPAD just because you're kind but you don't have the grade. And they won't hire you in jobs that are popular and high paying either just because you're kind. In terms of career, what they value more is the knowledge and the intelligence compared to the kindness. Especially if you're kind in your workplace, you are actually more prone to being more taken advantage, given more workload, and maybe even asking favors, which is too hard to just handle. Well, in terms of workplace, smart people are more aware of the bigger picture and are able to respond accordingly, since being smart helps you to make decisions more effectively. Since there are studies that show that smart people actually tend to think more logically compared to kind people who tend to think more emotionally. In which in return, smart people are able to analyze situations, think critically, and find the best solutions even in complex or high-pressure situations, which is not something that kind people can easily do since, like I said before, they tend to think more emotionally, which makes them have a higher empathy level, which makes them more hesitant to hurt others, which is why they're more hesitant to make decisions. So this ability that smart people have makes them more capable of handling challenges and making decisions that can lead to better outcomes for both themselves and for others. Not only that, smart people also tend to have a greater influence level.
Maybe the third argument is peace of mind. Being kind is good, kind, learns to bring inner peace, while being smart is not guaranteed happiness. We need to treat people the way we want to be treated because what we give to others is the way we want to be treated, right? And kindness is come from heart, not can be learned. So that is the reason why kindness can bring happiness to you.
Miss, you don't have any more arguments. You don't have any more arguments. You may finish your argument now. Exactly.
I'm obviously learning. People look for the smartest person in the room. They look for the kindness, the most reasonable, the one who will give them the best because human connection is stronger than people.
Setuju sih.
Finish your argument.
So we're gonna talking about like your arguments from earlier. I disagree with the idea that people are more smart
sih. Aku sih yes.
than smart people.
Aku
Kindness
boleh
does
buktikan.
give weakness and intelligence does not guarantee immunity to deception. In fact, many manipulative individuals their intelligence or both heavily into their ego or overconfidence. A good person with strong principles can be just as resistant to manipulation as a smart one, sometimes even more because their values with their decisions.
Can you please repeat it?
be manipulated. So like people could also manipulate you guys by like giving into your ego and stuff. So it's not only the kind people that could be manipulated. And like for today's argument, you said that lots of people like the key to being success is being smart, right? But being success is not only about like the wealth and stuff. You could also like be success without being smart. For example, like you know, Raffi Ahmad or like Ria Ricis, you know, you can be, you know, you could be funny and kind and was talk about it and you could be success. It's not always about like being smart.
Are you saying that they are not smart?
I'm like, you know, they're
Oh,
more,
gitu.
they're more kind than smart.
Okay.
More calm. Kenapa kamu minta dia aja? Gimana? Apa yang mati ini? Nah, let's go.
Okay, guys, you may also have you may also prepare some questions for this. Oh, Zeta already have a question. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with Zeta first. After they finish the discussion.
Buat kelompok mana?
Udah lewat.
Do you want to answer? Do you want to reply to what they say first? Countering. Okay, go, Chia.
So, I think they're also smart. Smart is not about academic, not about only academic stuff. They are also smart. They're smart on And you know what makes them smart, like to be in a relationship with others, is because they're kind. You know, they're not kind. Other people won't, they won't make like a strong, long-lasting relationships with others. They would not make like a connection with other, and that's why being kind is better and like more important than being smart.
Okay, let's hold on a little. Zeta is having a question to the smart group. What is the question, Zeta?
If you have to choose, would you rather be stupid but you have manners, or be smart but have no manners?
Wow.
Oh,
Aku sih
hard.
yes.
No manner as in what?
Anu.
Yeah, I know. Like how? Can you give an example?
Like your sopan santun gitu-gitu.
Just in general then. Manners as in general. Itu possible.
Itu mah ini mah imposter.
Ayas, how about you? What is your question, Ayas?
Into the intelligence side.
Okay.
I heard that they said
Kira-kira you want one question, wait.
So I heard that they say intelligence is something that associated with the work environment. Then we've heard a lot of people getting fired because of their bad attitude or even because they do something for personal gain but harming the other. That's the example of lack of kindness but blessed with intelligence, right? What's your opinion on that?
So it's more on ignorance.
I can't say.
Yeah, I got what you meant. The other groups is very relaxed. They are not really like.
Oh gitu.
Yeah, we're a very strong one. To answer your questions, I'd rather be smart and kind. I'd rather be a smart man. Oh, everyone wants. But I guess it was just the things that is hand in hand, right? When you're kind, you're also smart. But not every smart people is also kind.
Yeah.
I agree with what
That's the
Aya said.
point.
I agree with what Aya said actually. Some of them are just doing it for personal gain.
Pinter tapi nggak punya adab. Nanti misalnya dia pinter dalam mencari duit, tapi yang
Okay,
adab
go. You can answer both. Yes, which one first? Okay.
We don't choose one side because we don't talk about our manners here. We talk about how we prioritize our religion first instead of being kind to others, and we talk about how to talk about prioritizing something in the world.
Well, anyway, I have one thing. I was actually kind of part of agree with what you said about stand for yourself. Sometimes when you're being kind and just too kind to people, and then they're like using you, and you're becoming what we say, the people pleaser as well. It's also something that is very tiring, and sometimes you just cannot say no to whatever people say. And it's also it means that sometimes you need to be very smart as well because you need to stand for yourself. You cannot let people bully you because you're being kind to them and you're just saying yes to whoever says. But I also love what Naya says that you need to treat others the way you want to be treated. That's also one of my motto for myself, that if I want people to be kind to me, it means that I need to be kind to others as well. It doesn't mean that if I'm being kind to Naya, yes, and she is going to be kind as well to me. It doesn't mean like that. I mean, I might get some kindness from other people as well. But, well, to be fair, what Rafi said about stand up for yourself, it's also one of the things that you cannot always be kind because sometimes people will just get advantage of your kindness. Continue, Craig.
I wanna do art.
Ngebantai? Ngebantai kan Craig? Aduh. Ngebantah.
Ngebantai.
Ngebantai mah beda lagi.
Beda konteks.
Oke, go.
So, like you said that Rafi Ahmad and Ria Richard, they're successful because they're kind, right? But there are many cases in celebrities, especially TikTok celebrities, like for example, when they celebrate, he's successful because he's kind to others, he likes to donate like large sums of money and stuff. But in the end, you know what happens with him? His house is often crowded by people begging for free stuff and like that, and it really affected his mental health. So even if they were successful because they're kind, there's also lots of negative. I mean, I feel like Willie Salim is not the only celebrity for like these days it's really trending where people are like giving free stuff which is full, but usually most of the time it doesn't really end well. It leads to like lots of negative impacts.
So there are like negative impacts in being kind, right? You know, like success from being kind, but there's also negative impacts from like success in being smart. Like for example, if you're smart, like there are people who create a career, right? It's because they're smart. That career is bad for the environment and for people, you know. So I think like there are negative effect of being smart too. It's not only like kind.
Hidup itu pilihan, Mas. Hidup itu pilihan. Hidup itu pilihan. Hidup itu pilihan.
Hidup itu pilihan.
Then what about people who are corrupt? It can be said that they are smart, but they only think about themselves. They don't think about the people, you know, egoist. That's why they do corruption, just to make themselves more prominent and rich, rather than seeing the condition of others. That is evil.
Ih, Mas Trik. Nggak mixing, lagi cari program. Applause, applause, applause. Stop. Dua, yuk. Siap ya, tarik.
Being corrupt is not really a side effect from being smart. Most of the times, corruptors aren't even smart people. Like even though they are like high like government pejabat tinggi, it doesn't mean they rose to their ranks because they're smart. Most of the time, they rose to their position because they have lots of connections and money. It doesn't mean that they rose because they're smart. So it's not really corrupt.
Nggak bisa close.
Default.
Cuk.
I guess and
You say that should be called like using money and connection with others that make connection and money. Use your mind, right? So you need to be smart first to be
find the letter here. And like there's also the misuse of smart because like in terms of connections, not always it's because you have to gather the connection yourself because you have to think. Also, like for example, you're an Apple baby and you immediately get the connections. So you don't have to like think, oh, I have to go to them. They'll come to me because they're an Apple baby. They're already bound to have lots of connections. You like to stay in your position, like have like a high position in like your career. You also need to use your brain. You need to be smart. And like on like the corruption case, it's like the misuse of being smart. You know, you use it for bad ways.
Okay, you may answer that question or also do the conclusions of this. You also need to prepare for your conclusion.
Sadar.
Okay, we're also waiting for your, I don't know your answer. Miss Nine, I need to hear your opinion about this. Do you agree on being smart or you agree on being kind? Where are you standing?
I think I agree with the smart one because I think when we are smart, we know how to make best decision and also we know how to make our attitude and then yeah. So being smart is not just like in academic but also in our appearance, attitude, and so yeah, I agree with being smart rather than kind.
Then being kind. So you still think that being smart is still more important than just being kind? Thank you, Miss Nine. Okay, we'll wait for their last discussion. They're very intense and discussing things.
Lanjut minggu depan.
No, I want to finish this part. Let's move on.
Udah move on.
I want to finish this other things, the debate. And I want to move to the other part. Which,
Guys,
oh,
berapa menit lagi?
why didn't it go?
Memastikan
No, I already said after the discussions, they're going to do the ending, the conclusion.
Conclusion.
Huh?
conclusion. In my opinion.
You want to have an opinion?
Oh enggak.
Okay, go.
So our people,
Iya tuh.
our people doesn't act because they're under the because of their ego. They
Louder.
In conclusion, while being kind is nice, I think it is necessary that we should prioritizing developing our intelligence. To effectively solve problems requires intelligence and creating a better for our future. Kindness and smart judgment can lead to desirability. Smart thinking leads to strength and to influence.
Okay, proceed.
So in conclusion, we cannot deny the value of intelligence, but we must prioritize the humanity first. Because kindness is what makes people go together. It will, it forgives, it heals. So intelligence without kind heart can be terrifying. So if you must choose, let us choose the blind kindness over the sharp mind and egoism. Thank you.
So if you want to be a smart person, you can learn. But if you want to be a kind person, you have to make it from the birth.
Wow, 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 wow.